Hey, what's going on everybody? It is Timberlake here, and today we are talking about Rust. This game is awesome. It's beautiful, it runs amazing. It's still in early access, but this game is phenomenal. Specifically, what I'm going to be talking about today are some tips and tricks for how to improve your Rust experience. I know this game can be overwhelming, and it's really frustrating, but this game is amazing, and I think if you follow these tips, you'll have a much better time. So, without further ado, let's get started. Tip number 1 is all about expecting loss and expecting things to take time. In this clip, all I'm doing is looking for a stone node. And this is something that so many content creators cut out of their videos because it is so boring and it is so boring to watch. But this actually does take a fair amount of time, and you can't expect just to have a large chest full of stone right off the bat. So while with some editing, people can make this look like it takes no time at all, this actually covers quite a bit of the game. So expect that to take some time, and then expect for things to be gone. You're going to get killed by either another player or a wolf or a bear. It's part of the game, it's part of what makes it amazing, but expect that loss and expect these things to take time before you even load it up, and you'll have a much better experience. Tip number 2 is all about picking a good starter location, and this is vitally important if you want to enjoy yourself. For me, I like building near less populated rad towns, so the mining outposts, sometimes satellite dish, harbors, lighthouses, things like that can be a great benefit if you want to avoid a lot of confrontation, but picking the wrong starting area can vastly increase the amount of time you're spending gathering very basic materials. If you build too far away from a rock formation, no stone for you. If you build too far away from a road, good luck getting components. So you definitely want to make sure that you're finding a good mix of being near components, ore, and wood before you even start building your base. It can be frustrating as a new player because you'll get killed a lot looking for that perfect area, but take some time, craft a map, and actually look at what you're dealing with. If you do this, you're going to have a much better experience, and overall you'll have to spend less time getting established than a player who doesn't. So once you've found a good location for your base, and once you're expecting to lose all of your stuff to another freaking player, it's time to actually start out. And a triangle airlock, or an extra triangle room on the front of your base that doesn't do anything, can be a great benefit. As I'm showing here, when you use a triangle foundation instead of a square foundation for your airlock, it makes it so when the door opens, it blocks entrance into the main part of the base. So, for example, if all you have is a key lock and somebody lockpick raids your base, it can be very tempting for them to just run right in, and only to find out that they can't access any of the loot. Rather than breaking through a wall or putting in the extra effort in order to gain access to your stuff, a lot of players will just move on and seek out an easier target. Also, if you're being door camped, this is a great benefit, so definitely on your starter base, use a triangle airlock. It'll help you out a ton. Tip number 4, set goals and have things to do while it's dark. As with in real life, the night cycle takes up a large portion of Rust's time, so if you don't have anything to do while it's dark outside, you're going to find yourself just sitting in front of your computer, twiddling your thumbs until it's daytime. Including things in your base like a research bench, some furnaces, and some extra space in your chests can be a really great benefit for helping you to stay active while it's dark outside. Don't do all of your crafting during the day. Maybe that semi can take a couple of extra minutes before it's night, and then you can craft it then. Keep yourself busy and keep yourself set on the next goal. Whether it's raiding your neighbors or whether it's having a fun fight at some sort of a rad town, just make sure that you've got a goal in mind and that all of your time spent playing is going towards accomplishing that goal. It is very easy to lose track of time in this game and lose track of inventory management, so make sure that you're staying active during the night and that you're consistently setting goals, and you'll be fine. Tip number 5 is all about map awareness, and this is probably the most important thing I'm going to cover in this video. Knowing your map will save your life every day of the week. If you don't know where you're going to take cover, then you need to get out of where you currently are. Maybe you have unfriendly neighbors over the mountain and you've got friendly neighbors across the stream. Regardless of what you're doing in the game, you need to be confident that you know what's going on in the map around you. If you know, for example, that nodes are always spawning on the mountain behind you, well then that's going to save you a lot of time when you go out searching for stone like I did. If you know that barrels spawn more often around a certain bend in the road, then that's going to save you time as well. Rust is a huge time sink, and knowing your map will save you time on any number of things, and it will also prevent you from getting killed a lot of the times. That can also save time as far as recovering items is concerned, so this is a really big tip, and if you do this, you're going to have a much better time. Tip number 6 is pretty straightforward, but you should definitely get to know your server community. You should know who you're playing with, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, where their bases are. This information, again, will just help you save your own life and save your own time. If you've got hostile neighbors, take them out. If you've got friendly ones, help them out. Either way, this is a vital tip for succeeding in Rust. Tip number 7, always have a way out. Let's say Melinda here, for whatever reason, glitches out and decides to murder me in my own home. Knowing that I have an exit will help me to recover that loss in even greater time than if I didn't have one. So you can see here I'm respawning into a hidden loot room under the foundations of my base, where I keep another set of armor, a gun, and some general tools. This will allow me to move freely, recover my stuff, and get on with my game, as opposed to if I had not had an exit, Melinda would have won again. Tip number 8, don't let your fear of loss stop your progression. This is the biggest mistake I see new people make with Rust. They always end up losing something, and then they're so afraid to lose their stuff in the future that they'll travel around naked, or they won't really ever snowball into an established player. This will knock you out of the game 9 times out of 10, way before wipe day. So understand that you're going to lose your stuff, but don't let that stop you from using that stuff to progress further in the game. If you just crafted a gun, take it out with you, enjoy it, try to kill somebody with it. If you lose it, it's only going to take as much work and probably less to get it back now that you got it in the first place. So don't let the fear of losing any of your things stop you from using them. C4 is expensive, but use it to raid, otherwise it's just going to be raided from you and then used to raid somebody else. Let your progression snowball and keep moving. Don't let your fear of loss stop you. Tip number 9, diversify, don't fortify. Regardless of how awesome your base is, by wipe day, somebody's gonna have enough C4 or rockets to raid it. You can't count on shotgun traps and turrets and fortification to protect your things. Instead, make sure that you've got your stuff spread out amongst multiple different chests and multiple different locations. Make it as hard as possible for somebody to get all of your things at once. That way, when that inevitable raid day does come, you don't have to start from nothing. Don't focus so much on fortifying all of your loot in the best base ever seen. Instead, fortify all of your loot in multiple different good bases. This will save you time, it'll save you resources, and it'll save you from having to start over. Remember, diversify, don't fortify. Tip number 10 is one of the most important things to keep in mind, and while it seems silly, I swear it's true. You've gotta be a dick in this game. There's no other way around it. Use shotgun traps, use turrets, use roof camping, use door camping, use any tactic available to you to get ahead. While it may reflect badly on you in other players' eyes, you have to keep in mind that it's only reflecting badly because they've been on the other side of it and they know what it's like to have to restart their progression. You are not playing this game to make friends. You are playing this game to win. And sure, maybe if you are playing it to make friends, you'll just find other people that know how to get ahead as well. This is the number one thing that is going to revitalize your Rust experience and allow you to feel free when you're playing this game. Don't be afraid to camp on your roof for half an hour and shoot at people with a bolty. Don't be afraid to throw shotgun traps all over the outside of your base just to kill anybody that's passing by. If you're making the game more difficult for others, then you're making it more difficult for them to raid you, and that's what all of this is about. Protect yourself and protect your things, and you will find your Rust experience will quadruple. This is amazing. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Please be sure to let me know what you think in the comments below. My name is Timalik, and as always, I will see you all next time. See you guys.